What's going on, everyone? It's the Niskel. Welcome back to Danganronpa. In the last episode, we got all the evidence we could in order to figure out who murdered Chihiro Fujisaki. And now it's time to bring this person to justice. First things first, let's go ahead and set our skills. I've actually set a couple skills already, but this was mainly just to test them out. And it actually keeps track of what you used the first trial that you did. So we still have Charisma and Melodious Voice, but I decided to throw on Robot Jock. It actually helps a lot during the non-stop debate and the bullet time battle final strike. Very, very, very useful if you're not that good at shooting specific things. Like if you see a statement and it goes flying by, this will definitely help. It fires the bullets a lot faster. But another thing that actually showed up is right at the end, the trance. It had no description as far as I remember, but now it does. Even low combos will increase the tempo. Oh dear. Well, I'm not going to use that. We might use it a bit later just to test it out, but for the time being, I'm just going to be using things that'll aid me. And this right here is really cool. Let's go ahead and equip it. And what else do we have? The kinetic depth perception. During concentration, automatically targets the weak spot. Oh, I need one more SP, but that's amazing. Since I'll be doing this in a walkthrough style, I won't need this since I know what the answers will be. But this right here is very, very handy if you're having trouble finding the weak spot. Just keep that one in mind. So we got Charisma and Lost in Thought, increases the time limit for each phase. Wow! A lot of these are really good. You guys were really good at choosing who to hang out with. But without further ado, we have our skills set. Trial time.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, then. So, first off,
How do we even start this?
let's talk about the murder weapon!
Thank you, Monokuma, for a beginning topic. Yes, we need to figure out what the murder weapon was, but if you take a look at our evidence, we probably already know it. But a little bit of discussion never hurt anybody. So, using everybody's combined intellect, let's figure out... Yeah, you already knew what it was.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Interesting. That certainly would make for a powerful weapon.
Poor Chihiro.
Now, something I should bring up during these non-stop debates. Makoto will always give you a hint. And these are very good hints, actually, so if you're ever stumped, listen to the discussion until the very end. Makoto will give you a really big hint. But another thing you will have noticed is there were two statements that sounded perfect to go with our truth bullet. I believe it was Statement 4 and Statement 5, if I remember right. So, my suggestion for non-stop debates, don't jump the gun. This is a mistake that a lot of people do. If you see something that sounds good and you think that truth bullet will go for it, listen for the other statements first. I can't tell you how many times I've accidentally shot the wrong statement because it sounded good, but it wasn't one the game wanted.
Chihiro's
One more time with this non-stop debate. I think a lot of you can figure out where we're going with this. No, it's not the head wound.
Monokuma file, the killer used a
Yes,
blunt
Taka, it
instrument.
was a blunt instrument.
What kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
And
an iron
right
pipe.
there, we know it's not it!
No, that's wrong.
That's wrong! Still love that.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell, found at the scene of the crime?
It even had blood on it.
It was covered in blood. and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell.
Maybe the person had one hell of a haymaker.
As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
Yeah, come on, guys. It was simple from the beginning.
You looked at her head wound?
She looked in a lot of places.
Yay! That's so creepy!
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit.
Wow, you already know? And jumping right to it, I like it.
Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
Uh-oh.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Saw that coming a mile away! So, Byakuya's still stuck on the idea that it's Genocide Jack. Let's see what he has to back that up. Aha! This is what I was waiting for. Let's go ahead and learn about the new thing that's being added to non-stop debates. White noise. White noise... Let's just say the developers thought, you know what? These non-stop debates, they're too easy. So let's add little annoying statements that will go right in front of your truth bullets and right in front of the statements you're trying to shoot. And that's what white noise is. It is a small obstacle to get in front of your truth bullets and to get in the way of the statement you are trying to shoot. So what you need to do is press the X button to use your silencer to shoot them down. You have to shoot down white noise before you can fire your truth bullet. So let's say a little statement goes in front of something you're trying to shoot. You need to shoot it down quickly and then fire your truth bullet. Otherwise, you will hit the white noise. It won't hurt you any. You just won't get the statement and you'll waste time. Yeah, just be very careful. Oh, one more thing. Oh, of course, the touchpad that nobody wanted and that nobody uses. Awesome. See, this is the interesting thing about this game. If you get gentle, you get none of the extra stuff. Actually, I wonder, will it even go through these tutorials if you're on gentle in the first place? You can just skip everything and focus on the game in front of you. Let's do this. This will also give you a taste of the white noise as we go through our non-stop debate the first time. Pay attention.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
Hey, so, speaking of Genocide Jack, I don't know who that is!
It's a good thing to end on, Hifumi. I don't even know this Genocide Jack individual. One thing that I failed to mention that you probably were reading in the text as I was going over white noise, you can shoot white noise for an extra second on your timer. That's the helpful part of white noise. The problem is, if you end up shooting the statement instead of the white noise, you will lose 5 seconds, valuable time towards your ending rank. So white noise, it's kind of give and take when you're trying to shoot it down. Just be careful where you're aiming. If you need to, go to the options and set the movement bob down to low, or else you're going to be swaying all over the place. So hopefully my shots will shine bright and true.
Jack. I'm sure. Case closed.
A lot of the times I might not even talk, depending on how much white noise there is.
Impossible.
Just because some of it moves so
What makes it
fast and
impossible?
in such sporadic
Well,
patterns.
I mean-
Like that. Oh, come on!
There's just no proof for it.
Uh-oh. Got it! Still!
No, that's wrong.
That's wrong! God, I'm a terrible shot.
I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
You have no idea.
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now.
We raided Byakuya's library.
More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be 2 defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case.
Do you remember them?
The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
I remember it well. Maybe that's why I'm a big fan of Genocide Jack.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
I think he only said that because he was looking at you, Owie.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
Me? Well, alright, if we remember reading that file, we know exactly what happens in every Genocide Jack case. It's not where, it's not the message, it's how they were positioned.
I got it!
They were crucified.
Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of.
It's me! I read about it!
It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Uh-oh.
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
What?
What?
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
Well, if we're just throwing out accusations, Byakuya, you suck.
You lie!
No, I don't! I'm sorry.
What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec.
Rewind.
Toko has, like, bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
It's a very good point.
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle? Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
Because it's a visual novel. How could somebody be 2 people at once? Well, dissociative identity disorder. Or, as this game is going to tell us in another instance of Hangman's Gambit, I'm not gonna hold it against Danganronpa, but, they get it wrong. So just go with what the game tells you. Even though a lot of you smarter people know this, it's not schizophrenia. But the word is...
Now I understand!
Schizo.
Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Or multiples.
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file, too. They thought that the suspect might have... what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
2 completely different things, now that I know.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
And she's right beside me, so can we not?
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
Or that she's really, really messed up. So, was it the fact that she fainted? Her behavior changed? Maybe it was because she was late. No. If we remember right, she acted completely different.
I got it! You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
I mean, hi. Yeah, real hard. Like a totally different person. Oh!
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can't handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
Oh.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How?
Yeah. How can you know all this?
Yeah, Byakuya.
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
You made a deal with her?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story.
Oh god, she told you everything!
She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time.
To the one person she absolutely adored. And you just let it slip like that.
And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
Forget telling you any deep dark secrets.
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
Please?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
Uh-oh.
What?
You promised! I can't believe you lied!
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to.
She put all of her faith in you and you just stabbed her in the back. Wow.
This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale. Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone.
Oh, this is getting good.
But in spite of that promise,
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me.
Oh, wow, that's, yeah, even I could tell that was never going to happen.
That's the only reason I promised.
Oh, fool's promise.
how many times do I have to tell you? I never said that.
And to top it all off, it was a flight of fancy.
But you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it, but...
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
Oh, no.
The person?
Uh-oh.
You don't mean...
No, 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 no. We don't need this. Uh-oh. Say hello to...
Well, hello
Is it me you were hoping to see?
What the heck?
Ifumi, run!
So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
It's crazy!
Toko, what happened to you?
Oh, she nuts!
Not Toko, that's a loser name, and what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
She's so intense.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
It's like night and day.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
This is insane. And I'm trying not to laugh.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
Can you kill Naegi first?
What's up?
Sorry.
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you, I am the mastermind of all masterminds!
Oh, Lord.
Just kidding!
Don't!
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid? And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless! I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town!
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people.
Really?
It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
Makoto's just imagining the voice actors having a field day with this role. It's funny to hear Chie as a psychopath.
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death.
And eating a lot of meat.
There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Oh, yeah.
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed.
Well, now we know Toko's.
Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
What? Huh? Explain, please.
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
I mean, look at you.
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
Could Genocide Jill be the one? Maybe. What if the murderous psychopath did not do it? That's a big what if, though. What if we interview Genocide Jill and figure this out? That should be interesting.